Hello and welcome to today's video, and in today's video we'll be showing you how to make a spinner rig for carp fishing. Right, so this is everything you'll need to make a spinner rig, and we'll go through these items now, and if you'd like to buy any of these items I will put them in the link in the description. Right, so what you'll need is some bait floss, some boom, a crimping tool, a good pair of scissors, some crimps. If you've got the 25 lb boom, you want the 6mm crimps, and if you've got the 35 lb boom, you want the 7mm crimps. Some dark matter putty, a bit of shrink tube, an anti-tangle sleeve, a spinner rig. I haven't got the packs because I opened them out in my tackle box. So I'll put a picture of these up on the screen so you know what they're called. A little micro swivel. I'll also put a picture of the pack on the screen because I can't remember what they're exactly called. But both these swivels are PTF and the Korda ones. The PTF ones just spin better and they're a bit better quality. Then you need some hook stops. You'll also need some hooks. Ignore the box, but I'm actually not using wide gape. I'm using the Krank hooks. So these are size 4 Krank hooks. You'll also need a lighter, and then some pop-ups of your choice. You don't need these for tying the rig. I'm just got them here so I can show you what it looks like with the pop-ups on as well. This rig is only good for pop-ups and wafters, like I said earlier, and I know these aren't a pop-up. I've just got these with me at the moment because I haven't got any tubs of pop-ups with me at the moment, but I've got some. So what bait I'm using 6mm mini pop-ups, pineapple flavoured, from Mistralbaits, and I'm using 15mm salted hard hookers, CM1 flavoured, from Mistralbaits. So as I showed you earlier, this is the rig we're going to be making, and that's what it looks like. So the rig will sit up from the bottom of the lake bed upwards like that, and the bait will be attached to that swivel. Right, so let me show you how to make it. Right, so this is everything you're going to need for the beginning. Both your swivels, your hooks, your hook beads, and your shrink tube, and then also scissors. So what you want to do at the beginning, you want to cut a bit of shrink tube off, probably about 2 centimeters. Thread it onto your hook just so it's already on there. Then when you've done that, you want to get your bigger swivel and just put it through the back of the eye there. And you push it down onto the swivel. It's a bit fidgety. I'm going to just get my pliers, just hold the hook while I push it down, making sure I'm not damaging my point. And there we go. I've got that. And when I shrink tube it, I'll have it a little bit bent like that. So that part is done. Then I need to get my little swivel, little baby one, put it on through the shank of the hook, get my hook beads, get all the full pack of them. It's a lot easier to handle them. Thread it through the little hole that's already there, and just get your nail and just work it. Just keep working it all the way up. It is a bit fidgety. You can use your pliers to hold the hook still for this as well, but you'll probably be fine if you don't. So just keep working it down till it's in a nice position where you want it. So your bait's going to be attached to that, so it's going to be sitting like that with your shank bent over like that. Fish comes, gets it straight in the bottom lip. So that is the first part. Now we need to attach the boom. Right, so this is everything you'll need for the next step of making the spinner rig. Crimping tool, crimps, boom, and scissors, and then you need your hook link that you just made. So what you want to do, you want to get your boom. You want just pull a bit off, you don't want to pull it all off. You want to get a crimp from your crimping tool. I've got the 6mm crimps because I'm using the 25 lb breaking strain boom. So what I want to do, I want thread the boom through one end of the crimp and then put it onto the swivel at the end of your hook link. Then you want to put it back through the other side of the crimp. And then what you want to do, you want to make sure there's a tiniest bit of a tag end, but then just pull the other side. So actually, as you can see, there's basically nothing on a tag end. Nice and tight up against the swivel. Make it a bit tighter. And then this is the part that you need to take steady. If you're new to the crimping tool, I would definitely take your time, keep practicing, and just do it perfectly. But as you can see, there are marks saying small and large for the smaller crimps and the largest crimps. These are the small ones, so we're going to put it in the first one. And what you want to do, you need to put it in the crimping tool upright. It is a bit fidgety. I'm still quite new to this, so it's even a bit fidgety for me. So I've got it perfectly lined up, as you can see. All you want to do then is just squeeze. Right, then as you can see, it's crimped nice and it looks really good. So that's that step, and then we'll move on to the next step. Right, so I've quickly just got my Korda tackle box, and there is a ruler in the inside of this Korda tackle box. Right, so I've marked it up at the 7-inch mark, but what I do, I put my hook on there and then I do 7 inches from there. So I will grab my scissors that are under my tackle box at the moment. Right, so I've marked the 7-inch mark from with my hook on that to here, and I'm just going to cut it at the 7-inch mark. What I'm going to do, I'm going to thread the anti-tangle sleeve down onto the boom, get another crimp out, thread it on once, and then thread it back through. You don't need to put anything through this time because it's just a normal hoop. Then I'm just going to get a previous one that I've made. Just make sure the hoops are about the same size. And that seems good. So when I've got that perfectly how I want it, put it back in the crimping tool, line it up, and then crimp. Right, and that felt like a perfect crimp. And as you can see, the tiniest bit of tag end, and it's crimped perfectly. So then that is basically it. What you do, you slide this up all the way to the top, just covering your crimp. And then what you want to do, just to tidy it off, finish it off, make it look a tiniest bit better, get your dark matter, get a tiniest bit, that'll probably do, put the rest of it back, and then you just put it around your crimp right there. And your crimp helps to keep on the putty. And as you can see, that seems good. So that is your rig. Now I'll show you how you attach your bait to this rig. So this is everything you need to attach your bait. You need your choice of baits, lighter, scissors, and bait floss. And when I've put on the bait, I will go shrink tube. I'll make sure that's go shrink downstairs. I'll do that off camera. But what you want to do, you want cut probably about that much bait floss, probably about 5 to 10 centimeters. Cut that off from the bait floss. You don't need too much. Then from there, you want to thread it through the micro swivel at the top and just level out the ends and leave that at that for now. And I forgot to mention earlier, but you'll also need a baiting needle for this part. So when you've done that, you want get your baiting needle, thread on your bait of choice. So I'm going to put on 110 6mm pineapple pop-up and then one CM1 salted hard hooker. So it's a nice snowman rig. You'd probably just about get away with using this rig, this bait on this rig, because the buoyancy is a bit higher from the pop-up, but I personally still wouldn't. I don't like using wafters on this rig. All I'll use is pop-ups on this rig, and then I have one rod on pop-ups and one rod on bottom bait. So I have my other one rod on this rig and one rod on just a simple hair rig like I showed you in a previous video, which I mentioned earlier. So what you want to do, you want to hook it onto the bait floss, slide it down onto the bottom of the swivel, and then you just want to pull and tease the other end of that up. So as you can see, that is on now. Now you're thinking, what do I do with that tag end? So you cut most of it off, leave probably a centimetre, and then all you have to do, get your lighter, melt it down, and then blob it. And then that's nice and flat at the top, not going to go anywhere. And there is your rig. All I have to do now is go shrink tube this, and I'll go do that now off camera and then show you what it looks like when it's done. Right, so I've shrink tubed that, and that is your rig. You can have your link a bit longer. I usually do it a bit longer than this. I did this one a bit shorter, to be honest. But I'll get some good pictures of it now and show you what it looks like in the water. And I don't know how that came off the other side. Not sure about that one. Oh yeah, I remember when I brought them, I realised that the little stop on the hook stop is a bit too small and it can't actually work itself over. So what I usually do on all my other rigs, which I'll show you on one I made previously. So what I do on my other rigs, I just got a tiny bit of a shrink tube and just put it on top of that. So if you have that problem, just put a bit of shrink tube on top of it like that, then it will work fine. So I'll show you what that will look like underwater, and just some good pictures and videos and clips of the rig itself. So hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have enjoyed it, make sure you like, subscribe, and if it's helped you out in any way, make sure you comment down in the comments saying that it's helped you out and the video has been really useful. But if you like some mega bait as well, definitely go check out Mistralbaits. Even if you want some nice fishing clothing, I'm literally wearing Mistralbaits hoodie right now. Really comfy, really nice. But yeah, if you would like to check out Mistralbaits, that'll be in the link in the description. Our Instagram or TikTok will also be in the link in the description. And basically every single product that we've used in this video will also be in the link in the description. So thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you next week.